In this video, I'm going to be doing a complete walkthrough of Ahrefs. Um, if you're serious about this tool, they do have some of their own tutorials which are quite in-depth. So you should definitely take a look if you're thinking of purchasing this tool. But for the purposes of this video, I'm just going to do sort of a quick overview of Ahrefs by analyzing a site called My First Drone. So I looked at the site, and it looks like this is quite a genuine site, and it's the SEO factors are very strong on it as far as the on-page optimization goes. So I decided to sort of pick this site for the evaluation. So the first thing you do is you enter your domain URL here, and then you click the search button, and you'll get a sort of an overview of the domain. Um, the Site Explorer of Ahrefs is by far the most popular and heavily used module that they have, and this was the one they built initially. You get to it by going to the main page of your Ahrefs account, your dashboard, and then searching for the site that you want, and it jumps you directly to the Site Explorer, and you can actually and that's the initial screen gives you is just a summary of everything. The very first numeric is it's Ahrefs rank, with 1 being the highest, and the best, the one with the most traffic. This is a URL rank. So if they're talking about a specific inner page URL, that's a URL rank, and then there's the DR, which is the domain rank. In both these cases, 100 is the highest. So this site has a domain rank of 47, which is pretty strong. And then you have a quick overview of the number of backlinks. So this site has got 33,500 approximate backlinks coming to it from 700 domains. So that tells you right off the bat that there's some sort of excuse me, there's definitely some sort of site-wide links on some of the domains. Maybe a few of them have a really large number of backlinks, which is not really it's not a good sign, because this ratio is pretty distorted. It's almost 1 is to I'd say 33, 65, 70 around, uh, which is not really a good sign. It's okay. I'm not saying it's bad, but since the site is strong, and since definitely the URL, the backlink portfolio is very strong with the site, I did take a look at it. So that's fine. The site could probably get away with this. So, but it's not a practice I encourage, having very few referring domains and large number of backlinks coming from them, because you have some site-wide links, or you've gone ahead and spammed couple of the domains with a large number of backlinks. Then the site is ranking for about 41,000 keywords, which is right here. So mind you, if I click on any of these numbers, it'll jump straight to the detail of that particular page. You can also navigate to these sections from here. The sidebar, this menu is very handy. But if you want to jump quickly to some of these important metrics, you can do that just by clicking on any of these. So it looks like the site is ranking for a ton of keywords, which is really good. And the PPC 0 is probably that they've not done they're not doing any paid campaigns. So the site is entirely organic and making a ton of money with the organic rankings. The site is getting about 72,000 visitors on a month-to-month basis, which is up by 3,000 over the last 7 days. So you can just see that right here, this is a good sign. I mean, 72,000 visitors in 30 days is decent. It's pretty decent. It's about 2,000 a day. This is the traffic value. This is Ahrefs measure based on the PPC for the keywords that it's ranking for. Like how much would it generate if it how much would it have to pay if it had to advertise for those keywords. And so that's about $41,000. So we're looking at this site is probably generating $30,000 to $40,000 for the owner on a month-to-month basis. which is a decent chunk of change. So this is what SEO, good SEO can do for you. You know, if you got into the craze of drones right when it came out, right when drones were becoming popular, and you spun out some quick sites, and then you're really good to go. You don't need to make posts very often once your site is doing really well. Just make sure to put out super cool content like they've been doing here. So he has been posting on a fairly, I would say, probably an average of two a month. And but these posts are really good. I saw them. They're very detailed, and uh, they're very thorough. And then he of course has he's got the blog posts here, and then he's got like individual sections also of different drones. So this site is a very uh, high quality site. It's and but so let's see if he's doing like mostly white hat SEO, if he's got some black hat stuff going on, or what, you know, to be able to achieve the kind of results he's getting. Okay, so we're going to look at the backlinks. So I'm going to start. You can click that here, or could have gotten it from there. Um, So by default, it gives you all the backlinks that the site has. You can see he's got 14,000 groups of similar links, and this is grouped. So his backlinks have been grouped by Majestic. You can see. Um, so what Majestic does is it sort of groups the links by default. It'll put all the links coming from one domain. So it's just showing one link per domain over here, just sort of grouping. And then if I click the drop down over there, it gives me all the links, the backlinks are from that particular domain, right? There were 6 of them, so it's showing me all the links coming from that domain. Okay, just stepping back a bit, I think I may have jumped the gun over here. So I'll try and explain exactly what's happening here. This is the referring page in this column. This is where the backlink is coming uh, uh, to the site, my first drone, and this is the page it's linking to right here. So this page, uh, which is the home page, and it's a WordPress site, which is shown over here. If it's a wiki or a WordPress or what kind of site it is, if it detects WordPress, it's going to say it's a WordPress. So Ahrefs sort of tries to detect the CMS that's powering the site. So um, you can see that, and that's a good indication because it'll tell you exactly like what kind of site is linking to it. So so you look at this initially, and then you know you can the next factor you look at is like, okay, what site, what page is it linking to, and you can see over here he's 301'd it, so he probably updated his site structure a little bit, and he 301'd it internally. That's perfectly fine. He just sort of restructured the site, so that's not really important right now, but I'm pointing it out since it says 301 here. I just wanted to point that out. Okay, so the other metrics are this is domain rank, sorry, domain rating, which is the rating of this domain, like on a scale of 0 to 100, and this is URL rating. Now right off the bat, I can tell you that this site doesn't have, the domain doesn't have any power at all, as compared to like the Wirecutter, which is really powerful. But it just looks like this probably has uh, the URL rating is really high, so it's probably got some sort of a tier 2 spam going on this particular one. I'm not too sure, but you can see the number of unique domains that are pointing to this particular page are 1900. So yeah, so that's an indicator of tier 2 spam. So he's probably got the link from here, And there are just 6 other external sites being linked to from this particular page, which is indicated here. This column tells you uh, how many other how many outbound links this particular page has, this particular URL has. In this case, it's a very low number, so it's probably linking to multiple pages of his, um, which is what was shown in the drop down. So I'm guessing this is a spam link or it's a PBN link. It's a tier 1 link which is in his control, and he's spammed it with 1900 other domains, pushing juice down to this domain, which is probably an auction domain or an expired domain, something he purchased and he set up a PBN on, and then he went and spammed this one. So it picked up a lot of juice, and then it passes all the juice down to this particular page. So that's like tiered SEO right there, I can tell you. And another indication of why this is a spam page is the number of keywords it's ranking for. It's ranking for 0 keywords, this particular page. So yeah, so definitely there's something fishy going on here, right? Uh, if you look at, how about we just, let's take a look at the page itself. So you can see right here, this definitely looks like this is a PBN for sure. Yeah. So, and here's probably his backlinks coming here. Or he probably bought this and then it's just, yeah, so he's probably bought PBN links. He's buying PBN links from different providers. Um, and his link was probably on top when Ahrefs spidered this page, and it's not visible anymore on the home page because I don't see his link anymore. I don't just see one drone article, but it's going to another site. It's going to another site, right? So it's probably a PBN site where he's just bought links and Ahrefs spidered it and then put it on top, and then his link fell off the top as other posts came into the homepage. So so I'm just I'm doing this because so you can understand what the thinking behind like evaluating a site is. Not just looking at the stats and the metrics, but going in deep and understanding what SEO the site is doing to get its rankings. Okay, this listing is a completely different sort of profile than the one above. So the Wirecutter looks like this. The domain rating is 79, so it's a really it's a popular news blog run by the New York Times. So it's definitely got a high domain rating of 79, which is good, and the URL rating is 37, which is also pretty good. That means this particular page itself is powerful. So the fact that he's got a link on from this page, this is probably one of his most powerful links. There's 124 domains pointing in just to this URL, which is why it's so powerful, which is fantastic, and it's got 200 external OBLs on it. So this page is linking out to 205 different other pages. Some of them could be on the New York Times site itself, and some of them could be on any other site. So there could be other drone other sites being reviewed over there. We can take a look at that. So I'm going to open that page, but let's get to that in a second. This is another important factor. This is almost 4,000 visitors on a month-to-month basis to this URL. Okay, remember what I talked about earlier in my videos, that getting traffic, getting actual traffic to the page where your link is very important, and Google looks at that. So yeah, so this is a really high metric, and this is building a lot of trust on this link, which is allowing it to pass down a ton of link juice to his page right here. And then look at this. This is 6,231. This is the number of keywords this page is ranking for. That's fantastic. That this page itself is ranking for 6,200 keywords, which are all probably drone related. We can check them out by just clicking this number right here. We can find out all the keywords that this page is ranking for right here. So yeah, so you can see like it's ranking for best drone, and wow, and these are the positions. So these are the search volumes for that particular keyword. So it's ranking for a ton of keywords, although not at spot number one for a lot of them, but many of them like page one and page two, which is fantastic. It's and some of the volumes, the search volumes, monthly search volumes are really high. So that makes this link really good. Yeah. So here's the link. Yeah, this is the page, and as you can see, it's a well-written article, and they're linking out to these are shortened URLs, short URL shorteners. These are redirects, as you can see down below on the bottom left. Um, they probably redirect to the original site. And look at this. The the post is fantastic. It's really long. It's got a lot of videos, and there's been a ton of yeah, because it is like a top high quality blog. So uh, there's been a ton of work that's gone into this, and I'm just trying to figure out like if you can find out if his most of the links here are redirect links, right? So if you click this, they'll jump from wclink.co to they're going to jump to the actual site right here. So it jumps to Walmart. So yeah, so if it's probably an affiliate link, and uh, so this page is making money through affiliate links as well, and they probably sold the link. The person, my first drone probably purchased the link. Oh wait, hold a minute. He's probably put in a link as a comment because there's a ton of comments here. So let's just my first. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so this cited. So he's taken some information from that site and he's cited the site and given them a backlink, which is fair enough. Um, yeah, so he's probably either cited this or he's contacted him and said, hey, I'm writing something, can I take some information from your site, or would you like to buy a sponsored link? We don't know what happens behind the scenes in these companies, and they have backdoor deals with bloggers. I've seen this, I mean, all the time in the SEO I do. You can buy links on entrepreneur.com, inc.com, Wall Street Journal. You can buy links on any sites, or it's not openly advertised by the editorial staff, but there are backdoor deals happening through contacts. I mean, you can't get in touch directly with the person who writes the post, but he has other touch points, and they do it. These are backdoor deals that are happening. Although these are gated links and really difficult to get links, like this particular link, it's really difficult. But who knows, yeah, what went into it, whether it was genuinely the source was taken and the citation is genuine, or whether he just did a backdoor deal with him saying, hey, I'll pay you like if you pay me $500, or if you pay me $1,000, I'm going to, I'll drop you a link from this article I'm writing, from this big huge massive article I'm writing, or that I've written, and then you can show him the draft, and then they can negotiate a deal, and you can get that link. So I'm telling you that the thought process that goes behind some of these really big, powerful links, editorial links. Um, okay, so let's move on to the next link. We have a link coming from Wikipedia, so this is good. Again, if you want to see what's happening there, you can jump, and then we can actually see how it's where the citation is coming from. So he's sort of gone in there and he's written something about something, and then he's talked about a particular, since being an expert, he's probably gone in and seen the whole multi-rotor thing, and uh, asked for the link. So you can see sites going to other drones and other links going, yeah, right there. That one is my first drone. So again, so if you want to examine the source code of this page, there's another nifty plugin called Chris Pederick's Chrome extension and Firefox extension. You can install that, and by clicking that, you can see the URLs like on that are behind these anchors very quickly. So I don't have it activated right now, so I would do it that way. So that's why I'm just like hovering my mouse, and here's his link to his site. So this is so if you're an expert in your field, you can go in there and you can join Wikipedia and start editing pages and contributing to them, and then citing your contribution in the footer and getting the backlink from this entire section. You can't get any backlinks from here because these all like cite they all link to the references at the bottom, and then you get your backlink from the reference section in the footer, which is good enough. I mean, Google sees that. And if you can see, there are other wikis also from where he's getting links. Right? So yeah, right here again, wow, he's got a link from the DJI Phantom Wikipedia page. So this guy is really like active. He knows his stuff, and he's very active. He's contributing to different areas. There's a lot of white hat SEO going on over here. So I hope you're kind of with me on this. Okay, so the last couple of columns shows you the first scene. This is when Ahrefs first picked up the link, and the second line is when it checked it the last time. So it just tells you how fresh, how recently Ahrefs visited this particular page on the left to check for the backlink or to check if it was deleted, or if it was deleted, then it will show up here as deleted. So just to check if the link was all intact, anything has happened, any other metrics have been updated, so these numbers would change if Ahrefs checked it again. So you can see a lot of these links have been checked recently, to a few hours and then a few days and things like that. Like the more recent it checks it, the better it is. It's like a recrawl. It's like Google doing a crawl of the entire web. I mean, there's a ton of resources that goes into these crawlers. I mean, they've got massive server farms all over the place, so it's not so easy to keep recrawling these pages. So it just tells you how fresh the database is of Ahrefs, which is really good. I mean, they do. Of course, some of these pages, like let's look at this one. It's been crawled. Today's almost 6 months ago. And the reason for that is that's probably because the particular site is not it does not have. I'm guessing. I'm not. Probably the crawl budget, or I can't really. In this case, I would assume the crawl hasn't happened for 6 months because the content on the site hasn't been updated on that particular URL. Maybe in terms of comments or things like that, but I can't really say. Or maybe because it's not a popular page, but it looks like it is. So I'm not going to sort of comment on that factor, like what kind of metric does Ahrefs use to come back and do the crawl again. It could be the backlinks coming to that particular page. If there are more links being pointing to these pages, like if this page is getting more and more domains pointing to it, then it comes back and it crawls it faster. So yeah, so probably that, because this one this is the popular one which has a ton of domains pointing to this page. So which is why the crawler has come back. So that's just a technicality. I mean, if you're interested in, like, it's an advanced topic. So let's get on with the so if you want to export this page, you can click this button right here and you can export all this data. Now by clicking this, you can expand all the backlinks from this domain that have been grouped, so you can see all the backlinks that he's got from this domain. Like if he's got multiple backlinks from a particular site, then okay, so you can click this one. So right now it's just put all the similar kind of links based on their power together, which is what it was, the first tab, where it showed like similar links with the same power, the same metric, or sort of the same topic. It grouped it. But if you want to group, if you want to uh, there was a ton of backlinks here. There was like 14,000 backlinks, and you may not want to sit and analyze all of them because that's going to be a ton of pages to look at. So, and you may not want to export all of that. So if you just want to check all the domains, then you just click on one link per domain, and then it'll show you all the domains that are linking to him, and it just shows the one link from each domain, and it's probably the most powerful link on that domain, the most powerful page on that domain with the best metrics. They show that, and then they hide the rest. So if we scroll, so from Wirecutter, he's got 4 links from Wirecutter, right? So let's take a look at that. Okay, so he's got probably in different places on the same page. Wikipedia. Okay, he's got some stuff happening with Wikipedia as well. Just one it's showing. I thought there were a couple of links on Wikipedia here. Okay, because that's UK Wikipedia, and then he's got it's a different regional one, and he's gone and written on that, which is why I didn't group it together. And then he's got 19 links from Blogspot. So yeah, so this is his Web 2.0 activity for sure. This shows you he's got this profile called Sky Earth Drones, and this is interesting, and he's got these different links coming from there, right? And probably on the homepage, all these links are, yeah, probably. So that's what. So he's built this. He's built out this this Web 2.0 sort of page on blogspot.com, and which anyone can do. Even you can do that, right? You can go to Blogspot and you can set up your profile account, and then you can blog and get articles. Or he's approached this person. If this looks like a genuine Web 2.0 link, where not just done for the sake of SEO, it looks like this is a real guy who's into drones or UAVs, unmanned air vehicles, and he's genuinely maintaining this blog, and it just looks like he's approached him and asked him for the backlink, or paid him for it, or just asked him for it, and or done a guest post. So this is like, so I'm sure you're getting a lot of insights into how like people go about doing their SEO just by studying backlinks. You can get a ton of ideas, and which is why Ahrefs is just it's a very powerful tool. It gives you a lot of insights. So okay, let's look at /gear. He's getting 4 links from there, and as you can see from separate pages, he's probably got a couple of links on each of these pages, and then there's Guardian, and that's just one link, and yeah, that's another powerful link. So yeah, so you can, so as you can see, like if you visit these pages, you'll get a really good idea of what's happening behind the scenes. So what you can also do is you can sort of try and examine the kind of links he's getting, because a lot of the times maybe he's got these contextual links in here, or maybe it's a blog comment. And if you look at Ahrefs, I think it was. It almost seems like they're not saying that anymore. Oh, maybe I'm mistaken. That was with I think it was Majestic that told you the kind of link it was, whether it was a contextual link in content link, or it was a blog comment, or what kind of link it was. Another important module on the screen is like this right here is information from the backlink page. So over here you can see it's a contextual link, and this is the link he's got. This is the text surrounding his link, and his link is just the word article right here. This particular one, the Wirecutter, is, so you can see, yeah, that's the link he's getting. So, and then you have again, that's the same site. So, and the Ahrefs also tells you the it'll tell you the type of link just based on its algorithm if it can detect it. Like this one is a content link, so it tells you this link was found in the content of the page, and uh, so it identifies. I mean, it identifies content as the largest piece of text on a page, which is content is the same as like the contextual link that I was talking about earlier. These are the most powerful kind of links you can get. So Ahrefs pulls out again. You have text from this page, just the surrounding text, and then you have the link. The link says by all accounts, right? So as you can see, he's got it, mixed up well. And here he's got brand links coming, although that's a 301, but it could be from there. Then he's got another blogspot link, again a brand.com link. Okay, so you can also get data if you click the drop down, uh, the down arrow right here. You get some information, really quick information about this particular page. So you can get some quick, just a quick overview. And if you want to look at the page on archive.org, and they've given a handy link which you can jump to. So it's very important for you to sort of like scan pages and figure out where these links, where the person is getting the links from real quick, because is he getting, getting blog comments, or is he getting contextual links, or what kind of links is he building to his site? If you want to get a better picture of the SEO and the kind of the competition that's there for you. Okay, so I'm going to close these off, and I think I have, yeah, so the export button right here, you click that, and then you can export all the data that you've selected. Oh yes, you can also you can filter down. So if you just want to see just the blogs, links from blogs, you can see that. And you want to see links coming from e-commerce sites, or from message boards, or from wikis, or from other CMSs. So that's a really nifty feature. Also, you can filter that way. And then you can filter by do follows, by redirects, by edu links. If you want to see where is he getting his edu links from, you can click that right there, and then you can see you can just see the edu links, and you can visit them, and you can try and get a link from there if you figure out his method. You can see any gov links. He doesn't have any no follows, and he's got quite a bit of no follows. And then the content links, which is the contextual links, and a lot of them contextual, so that's good. Links with redirect chains, and without redirect chains, so like the social links or the redirector kind of links. Those are not as powerful, but they still do pass some juice down if they're built in the right manner in the right places. So, and then since I grouped this by one link per domain, and you want to see all the links, then you can click that button right there, and you can drill down. Then if you want to search, if you want to just say find all his links on Wikipedia, although you could get it from here itself. Okay, that's probably because I didn't show any because I didn't click all. So all links, yeah, so that's from Wikipedia right there. So he's got all these Wikipedia links, right? 32 of them from different country Wikipedias. And I'm guessing he's translated it, and he's gone and done that. So this is another nifty strategy. You can get some decent Wikipedia links from the different country Wikipedias by just translating your contribution and linking back to the same page like he's doing over here. And there are other wikis also, like wiki2.org, which are also Wikipedia CMSs right here. But they're like wiki type kind of type links. So let's filter this back out, and there's a platform. I spoke about that. Okay, so and then if you want to export, so you click the export button and you want to do a full export, you click right there, and then you can export all these 32,000 links, right, in Excel format or what have you. And start the export, and then when the export finishes, you'll get a pop-up over here that tells you it's ready. Or you can click this button right here and it'll give the historical, all your exports, and the ones you haven't downloaded will be in bold, and then you can grab those. So that the export feature is really handy because you can quickly scan and then you can get it down into your local Excel file, and you can carry out a lot of advanced filtering in your local machine. Um, you can sort these columns also, which is also very nifty. So if you want to find out, sort by URL rank, you click that, and then you get the most powerful links that way. Sorted by power, the page power, not the domain power. So that's also good. You can quickly like scan the backlinks in using that tactic. It gives you a better understanding. Um, okay, so with that said, I will move on to the next section now. If you want to look at the new links that he's been building, or the ones that have been lost over a period of time, if they've been deleted, you can examine those as well. So you can click on any of these right here, and you can see those, and it'll give you a nifty calendar, and it'll tell you, the green indicates how many links the new links he's got on that particular date, and of course, if you go to lost, then it'll show you the rate at which he's losing the links, right? So it's just another nifty feature if you want to look at that. And of course, if you're the owner of the site, this is also important. Although I would recommend you have your own uh, sort of link tracking system. There are many tools that can help you do that, identify your lost links, but Ahrefs can also do it for you. So right here, so as you can see, these are the links that are being dropped, that he's building, and sort of are dropping. So it's fine. Uh, Again, the same data on referring domains, and then the anchors. So this is another important aspect of doing the SEO. I spoke about having uh, organic looking, healthy anchor profile, which looks natural. And Ahrefs tells you exactly what he's using. So as you can see, he's got my first drone. He's got his brand, a lot of brand links, and then URL links. Um, he's got an advantage because, see, he's got the word drone in his domain name, so it helps him rank even when he uses these brand anchors. So because the money word, part of the money word appears in the anchor itself, right? So that helps, but you need to be careful about reaching your over optimization thresholds with that. Um, so as you can see, these are all very natural looking, and they're very organic looking. It doesn't smell of any SEO. It doesn't smell of like buy best drones and repetitive over keyword stuffing. And these are the referring domains for these particular anchors. And it tells you how many there are. Like how often is the word drones used just as a link, like 7 times, right? So you can see his brand is used the most, and that's really good. So in some of these longer keywords are used, they're not used as frequently as the other ones. And what you can do is you can also look at how the monthly search volumes for these keywords in Google, and then based on that statistic, you can use the frequency. You can mirror the frequency onto your backlink anchor profile ratio. That's a very nifty little trick, and I'll probably talk about that in some of the future videos. And you can see a best drones for sale is probably a keyword he wants to rank for, but he's only used it 3 times in 3 of his anchors because Google will pick that up anyway, right? And he doesn't want to stuff. Page 2, you can see, yeah, so you can see this. And these are all tier 1 links, mind you. These are not tier 2. There's nothing with tier 2 happening over here because tier 2 is a completely different strategy. When you analyze, when you're building tier 2 links to your tier 1 links, you can go a lot more aggressive. Okay, so you can see he's got some spam links also, maybe some negative SEO, someone else like pushing some crappy links to his site. But he's got some forum links here. These are a lot of forum links I can see. Probably, okay, so it's from he's got he's got a marketplace set up on his site, and then he's got links from that pointing to his main pages. So that's nifty because Google looks at that as a separate website, although it's the same domain. It does count it as link juice. So that's your anchors, and again, you can filter that by the terms over here or the link type. If you could see, like you can again just filter it like by edu links and find out what kind of words he's used on the edu links alone and things like that, and it'll give you some it'll give you a good idea on his strategy, and then just the terms and the 2-word terms and 3-word terms and things like that. So you can filter by that. And let's go to the top referring content. This is the top referring content as far as social shares goes, I believe. And these are the pages that link to him. That have been shared a lot on the net and that are popular, basically. So that's also an important. That's again, yeah, by social power. They call it social power. I didn't see that before. So this is another important metric because you can try and get visit these pages and see if you can drop a link here or just sort of get social shares on this. It's okay. Referring IPs is just all the different IP addresses that are pointing to him. You don't really need to use this unless you're doing some detection of PBNs and things like that. So that's the backlink profile section, and I will move on to the organic search section next. The organic search section of Ahrefs is also very powerful now. They've really beefed it up over time. So if you click the organic keywords link right here, you'll get all the keywords that this domain is ranking for. And this is like data of like SEMrush, and you can really reverse engineer and spy on all the keywords that the site is ranking for, and the URLs that it's ranking for those particular keywords, and then you can sort of reverse engineer things and do some really powerful SEO. So as you can see, this particular URL, sorry, is ranking for drones for sale, which is a 35,000 monthly search volume word, which is a fantastic volume. And the difficulty, KD is the difficulty of for ranking this particular keyword at #1 spot. This is the average CPC, the cost per click that you could earn from this particular keyword with Google, I think, AdSense. And then there's the traffic. The traffic that this URL is getting on a monthly basis because it's ranking at spot #1 right over here, and that's the average amount of traffic. So this particular page is drawing in 5,400 visits on a month-to-month basis, and and then you can get some other SERP data over here if you want. It'll show you the top 10. I think it'll show you the other sites right here, the other sites that are ranking for that keyword and where they are. So he's at #1 spot, so the rest of them have been shown here. So you can quickly analyze the competitiveness of that keyword by looking at the other sites and looking at their domain rank and things like that. You can see eBay, Amazon. Um, these are like tough. These are big sites, but he's ranking #1, so he's definitely doing some great SEO. So, uh, okay, 30 shopping results and then top 3 stories. Okay, so let's go back down. These are the other keywords. Okay, so like I said, you can get a ton of insights by just looking at all these keywords and seeing what URLs he's trying to push, and even get the potential monthly volumes for each of the keywords. So you can uh, try and outdo him. And you can see the new keywords he's got, and then the movements of each of the keywords also in these tabs. So you can see exactly how which pages are going up or down, the rankings are moving, which is also another nifty feature. I mean, but that's if you're probably going to use that if you see a new site coming into the SERPs and you're trying to understand what happened and why that site got such quick rankings. That will help a lot over there. And then top pages. Top pages will simply show you all his top pages in terms of the traffic they're getting and the value, the dollar value on a month-to-month basis based on the CPC and traffic. Of course, it's calculated that way. They take the CPC and they take the monthly search volume and they multiply it, and you get the average value that this particular page is worth on a month-to-month basis. So this is another nifty insight that you can get. And some of them, even though they have like the search volume here is just 2,000, it's still bringing in 3,000, as much as half as much as this, because the CPC is really high, because that particular page, the value of what he's talking about there, the couple of drones, this is like a buyer's mindset. A person who's ready to buy would be performing this kind of search. So he does the search in Google. He reads this content, he reads this post, because he's almost ready. He's almost ready to make up his mind, and then because you've got Amazon links in there, he clicks and then he goes and buys, or what have you. So this is which is why some keywords are, even though the volumes are low, because the intent, the user intent, the searcher intent is so important. Competing domains will just basically show you other domains that are competing in the niche. I mean, that's pretty straightforward. So these are the other domains, and it shows you like the common keywords between your domain and these other domains right here. This one and this, the drop and increase, I think. These are like the common keywords. So if you want to examine and study those keywords, you can by all means go in and drill deep even more and try and like unearth more keywords if you're doing keyword research. You can also see the best pages by the links. That's the number of links that are coming into these pages, like which are the top pages, like which have the most links coming into them. Based on that, you can get some other nifty data. You can find out what he's focusing on. Best links by growth. You can look at the top content pages again. So outgoing links are just the outgoing links, the links he's linking, the sites he's linking out to, the pages, the kind of sites he's linking out to. So this can get you a good profile of your OBLs. So remember I spoke about linking out to authority sites from within your content. This is where that comes into handy. So if you start linking out to similar sites that he's linking out to, that is an indication to Google that to trust you a lot, more, because you're doing what the other top ranking sites are doing, and Google wants to see you linking out to other sites in your niche. They build your trust. Your trust in them builds. Sorry, cut, 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 cut. By linking out to other trusted sites in your niche, your trust in the eyes of Google builds, because Google starts trusting you more for that. And especially when you're linking out to similar sites that your competitors are linking out to, the same kind of clusters. It all builds, pulls you into the same industry and the same kind of profile that your competitors have. And the closer you get to their profile, the more trust you gain, and your rankings increase as a result. Okay, and then we have page search, PPC links, and then some export features there. So I think that's like we're pretty much have covered everything that Ahrefs can do. It's important to remember you can export any page, any of these pages, any of the link results, even after you do the filtering, can be exported by just by clicking this button right here, and you can by exporting it, you can then download it to your PC, and you can carry out your research when you want with some fancy Excel formulas and things like that. So the top pages can be you can also you can find out the top pages of that particular site, and then you can actually filter them by word count, because you've got a word count here, and then you can find out how many words of content. So these are just handy links on top over here, which are the main metrics, and you can jump to these by clicking on them if they're in blue, or you can access all the links on the sidebar over here in this navigation area. This gives you a fairly quick sort of a summary of the site. You can see its Ahrefs rank, with 1 being the highest, and its movement. But this is based on an overall global metric. I wouldn't really focus on the movement that much. It's not that important, because there could be sites and other niches that are overtaking it. So it's not that important. But you can see here the past 3 months data over here as far as its movement. Again, this is not really important, like I said, but the referring domains, these are the domains that are linking to it, and these are the pages, the overall backlinks that it's getting. So this site has been losing links. It's been losing domains that are referring it in this case. But even then, it's still a popular site, because I guess he's maybe trimming out some of the spam links he made when he initially started out, and he's just focusing on getting a lot more quality links. It almost looks like that, because he is doing really well, and this site is making a ton of money, and it is still ranking a lot. So that's what I would deduce from this site. Even though it's the referring domains is dropping, he's probably pruning out all the bad links and all the bad domains where he may have built some low quality links. And so the domains is decreasing, the number of pages that are referring to his site are decreasing. So yeah, so it looks like he did have a ton of referring pages coming from just 780 domains, like 82,000, and then it's come down to 15,000. And this number is 740 as compared to 771. So he's lost about, like, over the last since July last year, he's from 80,000 down to 15. So he's lost almost like 65,000 links, right? So yeah, so there's definitely some spam over there that he's sort of gone out and pruned, that he did. And then this metric gives you, like, on a week to week or a month to month basis. I think, yeah, week to week, it gives you your new links, which are in blue, and then the lost links at the bottom, which is in orange. So it tracks it. Ahrefs is tracking how many links you're getting, new ones, and losing. In this case, it's the domains referring, and then these are the lost links, the actual links. So as you can see, there's a huge spike over here. He pulled out a lot of his links in these weeks. He sort of cleaned them up because they were getting toxic, and then this is the CTLD distribution, the top level domains, like what kind of, he's getting links from .coms, .nets, .orgs. Nice healthy profile here. A lot of the links coming from Russia. That's the only, like, fishy looking thing here. Too many, actually. But then there are links coming from other places also, and this is the percentage, 16. And then different countries and different regions also, not just based on the TLDs. And then the anchors, just a quick cloud and anchor cloud, what kind of anchors he's using. You can see a lot of brand anchors, a ton of URL, some URL anchors, and but fair amount of brand anchors. And then if you click view full report, it'll give you, and we'll get into that in the video where I'll examine the entire anchor cloud, but this is just a summary. So it looks a little healthy to me. but there is a lot of variety because I have seen this before, and he does have a very, very natural looking link profile, anchor profile, the anchor ratio. And then this is the crawl pages that has that on his site. These are, so it's crawl 13,000 pages, and uh, okay, so that's just filtering the live links. That's not really important. This is again a good overview. He's got edu links. He's got no gov links though, but he's got 477 do follows, which is good. The are the domains, not just the backlinks. Backlinks would be here. So as you can see, Ahrefs splits it up. They've got separate sections for domains and separate sections for the pages, for the actual URLs. They do that a lot in their display of data because they understand it's not just the domain that's important. Domain data is one thing, but the actual page data is also another thing, and they got to be looked at separately but together. So you can see here he's got a few edu links, a few edu domains, 6 edu domains pointing to his site. He's got links from .coms, .net, .orgs. The domains, there are 477 domains that are do follow, that are giving him do follow links. And then this is the referring pages. He's got the 15,000 pages referring, and from 867 different IPs, and the subnets are 6705. You don't really have to worry about this, but this needs to be diverse. If this is too low, like if this was just like 10 or 20, then I'd really then it's a big PBN. Sort of, he's used some massive PBN network to build his links. If it was on a few IPs, and then it would be, of course, a bad PBN, right? Because if he's done a bad PBN, yeah, and he's not covered himself up and he's not covered his tracks, then that would be low. And then this is backlinks. So this talks about, so this is the individual backlink. So he's got 33,000 backlinks coming there, and 21,000 are do follows and no follows. How many backlinks out of these are text backlinks? How many are image backlinks? How many are redirects? Then gov and edus, he's got 24 edu links. By text backlinks, these would be the contextual, not necessarily contextual, sorry, because these are just like anchors used with text. So they could be contextual, they could be blog comments, they could be forum posts also, right? All kinds of text backlinks. These are not contextual, so don't mix these up. We will find out how many contextual links he has later on. Ahrefs does have a way of looking at that metric, and then it tells you how many. So this is a fairly good natural looking link profile, and again the URL rating distribution. This just shows you the quality of his links, like. Which is fairly good. Like he's got some links coming from 50 to 60. From 50, he's got 3 links there, and then a lot of his links are here. And that's nothing but just the strength of the backlinks that you have, and how they're distributed to your particular site. I mean, what's the distribution? So that's the summary, and let's now move on to the actual the specific sections inside Ahrefs. I'll see you in the next video. Another good area of Ahrefs is their keyword explorer. If you want to do research for a particular keyword, you want to see how difficult it is, or what's happening for just that particular keyword, you can use this nifty feature. So let's suppose I was doing best drones to buy right there, and then I can choose my region, and Ahrefs will then give you a summary of that keyword. Some fantastic, really good dashboard view. The keyword difficulty is 52 on a scale of 1 to 100. It gives you the search volume of that keyword on a month-to-month basis, what kind of trending activity it had. So as you can see here, there was a spike, and the clicks by country, it'll give you search volume by country, the top countries that are looking for that particular keyword, similar keywords, and their monthly search volumes. Um, and then it'll show you SERP history. I need to upgrade to the agency plan to get this, but this is basically a historical view of how other sites are moving over the on a week-to-week basis. I think, yeah, this is every 2 weeks or probably every week. So you can see a new site entered uh, right here, Tech Radar. So Tech Radar wrote a post and they suddenly popped up in the SERPs and you can see them moving. So these are just like color keys that are indicated in the graph. It's a nifty feature if you want to see movements of competitors, and if there are gaps for you to enter, because other smaller sites have suddenly like entered. So if you copy their SEO, you can also enter the SERPs, the top 10 SERPs. This is the top 100, but as you can see, it's showing you the top sites. So about um, from page 2 to page, yeah, from page 2 and page 1 is indicated over here. And then it'll show you the rankings, the actual rankings, the current rankings, and data of each of these sites in a nifty little view, so you can look at things further. So, and of course you can drill down in the Keywords Explorer. There's a ton of other links over here that you can look at. Rank Tracker will track your rankings. Ahrefs has that, just like a normal rank tracker. You enter your domain. Based on your plan, they give you a fixed set of keywords and domains that you can track for. And then they have Content Explorer also, which I'll talk about later. So we're looking at Content Explorer now of Ahrefs, and basically the Content Explorer is nothing but it just gives you the top content for your particular keyword, and the content that's being shared a lot, the content that is ranking, with the content that has good domain ratings, and popular content around that keyword. So if you're looking for content ideas, this is a great place, and mixes in some of the sites that are ranking high, some of the social media posts with a lot of viral activity, basically stuff that's trending not only in Google but on YouTube and social sites and things like that. So it's a great place to get content ideas. If you hit a wall and you don't know what to write about, or you want to write about stuff that's popular, that's actually trending and being read and being shared. So you're not going to write about dull topics that are not that may not get that many eyeballs, because you want to write about popular stuff, right? So um, it's a great tool for that, and I will see you in the next video. And again, you can actually go ahead and filter a lot of this content. So you can find out like just recent content, published on a specific time period, the new stuff that's coming in, the shares, you can filter it by shares, domain rating, referring domains, organic traffic, the number of words. So if you're just looking for long form content, you can just filter down and see that. And these are nifty features, and if you're writing content, I'm sure you'll understand the value of this. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. The site audit module of Ahrefs allows you to audit any site that you own or that you have access to. So you can't really look at get insights from somebody else's site. Basically, it's just there to do an audit, right? They run their tools on your site and they crawl it, and then they point out stuff that's working, and they alert you on stuff that's sort of fixed, and find the errors and things that need to be fixed. But you need to have ownership of that site, because they'll ask you to upload a file to your site, and just to make sure that you own that domain. And only then they'll run the crawl and the audit on your site. So that is a nifty feature also of Ahrefs amongst the other modules, and I'll see you in the next video. And finally, they have the more link right here in the menu, and this is just some other sort of features that they have, and I won't get into the details in this particular video. But from these, the API is important if you're running something like SERPworks and you want to get your API key to insert in any of the other tools, you can get that from right here. Okay, so with that said, I hope you enjoyed this series of Ahrefs training, and I look forward to seeing you in the next videos.